Good evening. This evening is March 3rd, and you're probably watching me live on Facebook. Let me just get the quick introduction out of the way. Hi, Cindy. My name is Barbara Ragsdale, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that lives in the San Antonio, Texas area, and I am here Facebook Live every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. in order to show you how to use your Stampin' Up! Supplies for your scrapbook layouts. So you're in the right place if you are a scrapbooker, and even if you're an avid scrapbooker or you're looking to get into scrapbooking, I can help you with that. So let me introduce Stampin' Up! For you though. If you're watching me for the first time, Stampin' Up! Is a paper crafting company, and we cater to all levels of crafters. So any of your crafting needs, we've got you covered. We have an annual catalog, a mini catalog, a new beginner brochure, lots of products to choose from between all three of those publications. And so if you don't have a catalog and you need one, and you don't have a demonstrator that you're already working with, I would be more than happy to share that with you, as well as all of the benefits of being a demonstrator and getting a 20% discount on all your purchases, and there's just lots of benefits. So, but that was just a really quick introduction, but I want to get into the layout. So you can always join me every Wednesday, and then I'm live also Sunday afternoons at 3 p.m. in order to do cards and projects and home decor items, things of that nature. So let's see, I have a prize to give away, and then we'll go ahead and get started on our layout. So let me get this pointed around, and just thank you for joining me. Hopefully I'll be able to see the comments once I've got going here. Oops, my light that's right above me is like really loose, and I don't know why, but it's driving me nuts. So I'm trying to fix that so it's not all loopy on me here, but it still has a mind of its own. Okay, let me see if I can get this for where I can read some comments, but then also you can also see what I'm doing. Let me move that out of the way. I don't know, for some reason it looks really bright today. Maybe it's just me. Okay. Let's go. The reason how you can get on the wheel, when you like, comment, and share my videos, this actually gets you entered into the drawing for coordinating. Lately it's been designer series paper, but it actually could be ribbon or any, something along that lines. And I don't have last week's layout, so if you missed last week, we did a layout using this designer series paper, retired through Celebration. What was it? February 28th. So it's just a few days ago. But we used this paper. We used this piece of designer series paper, and then we also used some granny green and some basic black. But the flower and field designer series paper, I'm just fanning this out. This was from the designer series paper that we used, and so I'm going to be giving away a 4x6 sampling. There's two pieces for each page, so there's 12 pieces total, and they're 4x6. And we're going to give that away as a prize. And let me put my little, I had a pen. Let me grab a pen. That way I could write that down. But if you liked, comment, and shared, if you shared, you get 2 entries. And let's do the drawing and see who is going to get this sampling of paper. Hi, Veronica. Thanks for joining. Well, look at that, Veronica. I don't know. You probably did get some of this paper, but let me write your name down so I don't forget. And if you didn't, you got a little sampling coming towards you. So I've got your address. For those of you watching, Veronica is actually on my team. So it's good to see team members on here. So let me find my picture. Congratulations, Veronica. And that way I can pull up what I'm supposed to be doing tonight. Okay, let me get this out of the way. How's everybody doing? I hope everything's back to normal, I guess you could say. So let me see. You are welcome, Veronica. I also want to thank my YouTube audience too, because I know you're not watching me live, but yeah, I know at some point you'll be watching this video. So I just want to thank you for subscribing to my channel and watching my videos. Let me just point out while I have this uncovered right now, this is the March online ordering special host code, and then this is also a QR code that will take you straight to my website. So if you see anything that you like this evening and you'll place an order on my website and it's at least $25 or more, you're going to get a free kit in order to make the monthly kit for the month. I don't have it right here in front of me. It's back. Yeah, it's back on a shelf back behind me. But if you'll go take a peek at this past Sunday's video, you can see what the kit looks like. It's a kit to make 3 cards, and I want to say it was a box. Yeah, it was a box. And you get that kit for free. And that was using the snail mail suite out of the January to June 2021 mini catalog. So tonight and next week, we're going to be doing a layout using the Hydrangea Hill Suite. If you have your January to June mini catalog, it starts on page 18, and it's on page 18 and page 19 and 20. But check out these colors. And Veronica, I know you're watching, so I know you like this purple. We're going to be using your favorite color this evening. But look at all those different colors. You've got Old Olive. Let's see. Old Olive, Gorgeous Grape, Rococo Rose, Highland Heather. Oh, hold on. It's not Gorgeous Grape. Well, it is Gorgeous Grape, but the ribbon is Gorgeous Grape. Seaside Spray, Misty Moonlight, and Old Olive. And I will tell you guys, the Rococo Rose and the Seaside Spray, those are 2 of the in colors that are going to be retiring. So if you like these colors that I'm going to show you, you might want to stock up on any of the products that have those colors in them, because after May 2nd, they won't be available. And they may even sell out before then, because as it gets closer to our catalog, things start to just go by really, really quick and sell out. And then they won't be available after that. So let's go ahead and get started on this. We have a 12 by 12 piece of Highland Heather. And I love Highland Heather. I love how it's one of our subtle colors. I'm trying to figure out if I have a piece of Gorgeous Grape. I do. Well, I say I do, but the color on here is the Gorgeous Grape color. So you can see that between Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather, there's a pretty significant difference as far as those 2 purples are. So that's the only swatch I have right here in front of me. But we're starting with a 12 by 12 piece of Highland Heather. And then let's grab, I'm trying to see, where's my picture? I gotta get my little pages over here. I'm trying to get my strips while I'm... All right, I'm gonna have to bring this picture closer because I cannot see that. Okay, so I've got this piece. I've got this piece of acetate, which, by the way, I'm going to show you. This is already a finished piece, but I'm going to show you on the acetate what you would need to do to take that protective film off. There's a protective film that's on our acetate, so I'm just trying to get these lined up over here, and that'll help me with what I need to. That'll give me a good starting point. Let me just put it to you that way. But I also need to be able to look at my picture. Let me put the picture on this side. I think I was getting a glare on the other side, which is why it was hard for me to see. So let's get some adhesive on the back of this strip. And then while I'm doing this, let me share with you, I decided what I was going to do. Just follow along with me here. I'm just putting these on and I'm going to try to talk at the same time. So good luck to me, huh? So let me start. Oops. All right, that did not work like that. I'm trying to leave about 1/2 of an inch on the left-hand side. So once I get this piece down, then all the other pieces will fall into place. There we go. So what I decided to do with the layouts is normally I'm calling out dimensions while I'm doing the demonstration, but I'm trying to save a little time with that just by putting these on. But I wanted to say, as far as the tutorials, let me just get straight to the point. As far as the tutorials are concerned, I am doing tutorials. I'm not, if you are a regular customer of mine and you've ordered from me or you've attended an event, trying to reach and see if I can see up at the top here, then the tutorials, you're going to get access to a private blog link off of my blog so that you can go and access these tutorials. Well, you're watching the video, but you can access the tutorials, and then see, I knew I couldn't talk and do this at the same time, you guys. But you can go access the tutorials, the supply list. The tutorials are going to have the dimensions and everything that you need in order to replicate these layouts. And most of the time, I'm just going to do one layout for every live, and then the following week, I'll do the other one. But that is just as a thank you for being my customers. And then if you're on my team, you're also going to get access to that link as well, so that you can go and look up any of the previous tutorials. And if you decide you want to replicate those, you can replicate those, and you have everything that you need. So there we go. Let me back up here. This let me show you the paper. I forgot to show you the paper. Sorry, you guys. The Hydrangea Hill Suite. Trying not to knock things over. Specifically my picture. But the Hydrangea Hill Suite comes with a 12 by 12 pack of designer series paper, and I just have one sampling of each page right here just to show you. Look at these gorgeous colors. You got some Misty Moonlight there, and that Highland Heather. Just those colors mesh well, really, really well. And Mossy Meadow and Old Olive. That's one of the pieces. But you've got all these floral pieces with these nice pretty spring colors. And then of course, you know, our designer series paper is double-sided. So this is what you'll see on the opposite side. And we're using, this particular one has several colors, and that's why I pulled this one out to use. They just all, I think that's just my samples, but that one got ripped from the package that it came out of. So, and then also I was trying to figure out a way to get at a piece of the acetate paper as part of, you know, throw a piece of the acetate paper in there, but not like a big piece, just something to give it a little sparkle, I guess you can say, in there. So those are all of my base pieces. Actually, I do have one more piece I need to put down. Let me put this one down. This one was just a square piece of this same designer series paper, and I ripped it kind of at an angle. And so we're just going to put that one up here in this corner. Just gonna lay it flat, and that just helps break up that, and then helps offset what you see over here on this side as well. Just trying to balance my colors. But that is all of the first layer of this particular layout. Okay, so let me go back to this acetate paper here, because I have a sample here that is still, how can I say this? It came out of the packet. It's just a scrap piece that I have. But I will tell you that on the back side, the silver side, there is a very, very thin strip of a protective backing that's on there, and it can get a little hard to pull it, you know, get your nail in there and pull it, but I found an easier way just with some Scotch tape, and hopefully I won't, let me do off to the side. But if you put the Scotch tape on this side, the side that has the purple, you're going to pull off that coloring. And let me just show you. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a line of purple on there, because depending on how hard you press down, you're going to pull purple on there. So on the back side, the silver side, if you put a piece of tape on the corner and you pull it back, do you see that pulling off? There is a film that's on the back. I don't know if you realize that, but that's how you can pull it off, and that's the easiest way. Just take a piece of tape, put it on the corner, but you want to put it on the silver side. You don't want to do it on the purple, or you could pull off some of the coloring on that side. Okay, and then you just throw that piece away, and then your acetate looks so much clearer. So if you put a piece that has the backing off and you bump it up against a piece that doesn't, and you try to look through it, you're going to see that the original piece looks cloudy, and this is so much clearer. So that's how you can take that piece off of on your acetate. All right, so now let's put some ribbon on. We got this big piece of ribbon here, which is why I had my tape. But we're going to put this ribbon around this side right here. And flip that over, and then I'm going to turn it upside down to do the other side. Okay, just pull it tight, but not so tight that your paper bows. So just pull it tight, and I want it to be straight in between that piece of designer series paper. And then fold that over. That way it catches on the back side, and you don't have to worry about it falling out. And if you're worried about your ribbon moving, you could put a glue dot in the back here just to help stabilize that piece. Okay, let's see. I went ahead and did one, but I created this mat using the designer series paper, one of the designer series papers in this particular packet. And when I cut it, I made sure to cut it with the lines going horizontal, just so that you could use this as a journaling box. And so let me put this one together. It's the same die cut from, this die cut is from the Tasteful Labels dies. And I did one with the designer series paper, and then I also cut one with Misty Moonlight as well. Okay, so we're just going to mat this in the back. If I did multiples of something, I went ahead and did one of them. Oops. Get that matted a little bit even there. There we go. And then just put a dimensional on the back. And then peel off your backing. And then we're going to put one of these up here in the top left-hand corner, kind of right there. And then the other one we're going to put down here in the bottom left-hand corner. About right there. Okay. And then let's see. I have a flower. It's a hydrangea. But with the Hydrangea Hill bundle, there's a couple of stamp sets that you get. And so everything that I'm showing you, I'm just going to use the designer series paper, but you actually can stamp your hydrangeas and die cut them out using the dies that comes with it. So mainly for this one, I used the dies because I wanted to show you that on one of the dies, let me grab it here. This one in particular, this one actually will cut out the hydrangeas on this particular piece of designer series paper. And there's no rhyme or reason. You can try to, you know, match it up a little bit, but it's not going to matter if it's off just a little bit. But that one does cut out that one, and that's what you get. And when they come out, they're flat. I don't know if you can see that, but that's pretty flat. And then what you can do is they're die cut individually on the inside. They're little bitty flowers that are die cut. And what I did is you can just take your paper and bend it and pop those little things out so that they pop up and there's a little dimension to your hydrangea flower. And then you've got little, you know, it just helps give it some dimension so it's not all so flat. And you don't have to do all of them. You can do most of them, or if you want, you can, I don't know, it's kind of therapeutic to sit here and do one at a time, but I did most of them already. Okay, and then I intended to use our adhesive backing on the die cut, the leaf die cut, but I thought, no, let me just use a little bit of glue. I'm sorry, a glue dot. I didn't want to have to break out any glue for tonight. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get a glue dot in a couple of spots on the back, specifically like right here where all this kind of comes together. And that's the only one that I'm really going to use, because I don't want glue dots showing around the edge. And there was a reason why I didn't use the adhesive too, because the cutout, it would have wasted a bunch. So I just said, now I'll just use a glue dot. And we're going to put this one right here. Okay. And then I already have a dimensional on the back of this hydrangea that's been die cut. And we're going to put that right on top. And then I went ahead and did a bow. And let me get, that was a lot of glue dots right there. Let me do this. Got a glue dot or two on the back of that one. And then we're just going to put that right there. Okay. So now we've got that. And then I will tell you, part of the dies, getting here, one of the dies looks like this. And all this one does is it die cuts out these little bitty white flowers. They're little. What I did, and I'm going to show you one of them, and then all the other ones I've already made. But what I did is I took one of these little small flowers and I put a glue dot back behind there, and I layered them. I just layered two. So I put that one, I'm gonna have to do it with my fingers. I just layered one on top of the other, and then I turned it a little bit. Okay, and then same thing, you can pop these up just to give them a little bit of dimension. If you want to do both layers, you can. But I think once it's in your scrapbook, it may start to flatten a little bit. And then I took our pastel pearls, and I'm using the Highland Heather color. Get that on there right. That one picked up upside down. And stick that right there in the center. So now I've got this little bitty flower that has one of the pastel pearls in the middle. And I went ahead and did all of them already. I just wanted to show you how I did at least one of them. And then for these, I've got 4 of these that I'm going to place. Oops, that one fell on me there. We're going to put one up here. We're going to put one here. And I'm just putting them down with glue dots. Right above that die cut and right underneath the die cut. And the same thing down here. Down here. Okay. And then I also let me get the mat on. I'm just trying to make sure. Yeah, let me go ahead and mat this. This is a piece of Highland Heather, and I'm matting this on a piece of basic white. Okay. And this is large enough for a 4x6 photo. Okay, so I've got those matted on there. And then I also decided to use the rectangle stitch dies. And, excuse me, this is Misty Moonlight. And I went ahead and pulled out Mossy Meadow. The green that's right here, that's Old Olive. So I decided to pull out Mossy Meadow because there is some Mossy Meadow that's part of those flowers. And it's just a little bit. But I took this piece of designer series paper, and I also used the rectangle stitch dies around the edge. And I'm going to put this one, I'm going to mat this one on top of that one so you see just a little bit of that Mossy Meadow peeking from behind. And then we're going to mat that one onto this stitched piece of Misty Moonlight. I've got a loose hair right here. Okay, so we're going to center, I'm going to try to center this one here. I'm going to see if I can center it on this piece of designer series paper right here. I say it's centered, but it's centered up higher because I'm putting something down below. Okay, so I have this little mat. Oops, that one ripped. We're going to put this one right here. And then I went ahead and did the other one. Pre-did that one. We're going to stick that one over here. I think that's even. Looks even. Okay. Let's see, what else I got? I got another flower. We're gonna put down here in the bottom right corner. So let's get a glue dot there. You can stamp your hydrangeas and also die cut them out, but for me, I was just going to use the designer series paper just to make it easy and show you that you can just get away with using the designer series paper. Take a look at the comments while I'm doing this. Hi, Landa. Hi, Cindy. Thanks for joining me this evening. We're actually almost done. I know there's probably got to be a better way to do this, other than maybe doing this number and just really, I don't know. That seems like it could take forever if you wanted to do every single one of them. And then they pop back in. Unless you really bend it when you're popping it out, it will pop right back in. So let's pull those off. And then we're going to put that one right here. And then I should have done both bows. We'll go ahead and do another bow for this one down here on the bottom. That way they match. Oh. Okay, let's start over. Let's start over. See, now y'all know why I did that bow beforehand. Okay, so now I'm just going to keep adjusting it till it goes down. My hands are so dry. I've been working with my hands all day today, and they are just so dry. I didn't have time right before I got on. There we go, that'll work. To even put low, ooh, that's kind of crooked. Oh, Barbara, let's do that one over a little bit. That one's kind of a little wonky. Cut that one off camera there. And it's a crooked, it's a little crooked. But we're going to use it. It's a little bit bigger than the one that I did over there, but it'll work. It'll work. Alright, let's see. What else I got going on my picture over here? I did make some other flowers. Let me show you how I made those. With those. I seem to be missing an already made flower. Maybe I'm not. Oh, maybe I'm not. Okay, I don't think I am. No, I'm not. Okay, so also what I did is I made these little flowers. And all they are is, it's the stamp set that has the two little leaves. I stamped using Mossy Meadow, but I stamped on Old Olive. That way there was going to be some contrast. And then for the leaves, all I did was I kind of roughed up the paper a little bit, just to have it give a little bit of, so it's not so flat. Gives it a little dimension. And that's what I did for the leaf parts, and then I die cut them out because there is a die that will die cut those out. And I put two of them together, and then the same little flower that I did over here on the left side, I put another flower in the center, but I used one of the Gorgeous Grape pearls instead of the Highland Heather color. Okay, so let me get those in place. I'm just going to put some glue dots. I'm going to put two. Okay, and I'll go ahead and do this one since I have this one in my hand. But this little area right here where all of these colors this cardstock and designer series paper come together. I wanted to kind of cover that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just place that literally right there. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. Get a couple of glue dots there. And this little area up here is, it's large enough for a 4x6 picture too, so you can also mat a picture up here. And then you've got this mat right here where you could put a couple of pictures, or if you want to put another larger picture, you can. These little side things were just decoration. And then the last one, I only had 3, we're going to put down here to help soften up this little corner. All right, and then the last thing is I have one of the other die cuts from the Tasteful Labels dies, and one of the greetings from the stamp set says, "You make me smile." Now, I'm going to show you on the Hydrangea Haven stamp set. It's a photopolymer stamp set. You can see these sentiments really were made for like cards. They're small. If you see them small here, "You Make Me Smile" is one of the largest ones that's on this particular stamp set. So I pulled this one, and then I die cut using a piece of basic white, and then we're gonna stamp in Mossy Meadow. And it's a photopolymer stamp, so you can see exactly where you're going to be stamping. Let me make sure I'm on the right side. Okay, and we're going to stamp on there. Give it just a little pressure. You make me smile. And then we're going to pop those up with some dimensionals. We'll just put one. It's not so large that it needs any more than that. And then we're going to put that one right here to help fill in this little area. And it's not touching the cardstock back here, so if you have a picture, you can slide it back behind there, and you don't have to remove this. So that way you can go ahead and stamp that piece and put that on. So looking at my picture just to make sure that I didn't miss anything, and it doesn't look like I did. So what do you guys think? Trying to look at the comments here. But there's your 12 by 12 using the Hydrangea Hill Suite, and then next week we'll be doing the other side. So but let me just wrap it back up with what I was talking about earlier, and hopefully I can get all my words straight now since I'm not doing anything at the same time. But the tutorials will be available to my customers. And so if you've ordered with me, if you placed orders with me, or if you've attended one of my events, you're going to get the link, the private blog link, where all of the tutorials that I do, they'll be there along with the measurements, the complete supply list, so that if you want to replicate, I'm going to provide those to you free of charge, just as a thank you for being my customers and placing your orders with me. And if you don't have a demonstrator and you need one, I'll be more than happy to help you with whatever crafting supplies that you need that are Stampin' Up. So I hope that you enjoyed this one, and let me pull that back down, so if anybody watching needs to scan that in, you can scan that in. And let's see, I probably could move this off to the side a little more. That way there's both of them in the picture there. You love the purple? Yeah, I figured you would, Veronica. So, but thank you guys for joining me this evening, and enjoy the rest of your evening. And if you would like to join me Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m., you can join me 3 p.m. this upcoming Sunday. All right, thank you guys, and y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.